Inexplicable similarities between the Göbekli Tepe and Easter Island and other ancient sites, Tiwanaku in Bolivia, for example. This is on Humans Are Free. Design elements present the statues at Göbekli Tepe, also found in Easter Island, and the massive Moa statues in also Tiwanaku, Easter Island, as we said, other ancient sites around the globe. And how is this possible? Despite the fact that we studied our ancestors and their cultures, their origin and their way of life, we failed to answer many questions relating to our past. There seems to be more questions arising than answers. Now, the countless monuments scattered across the globe are an ancient message left behind by our ancestors, a message which, despite extensive studies, we have yet failed to decipher. Unless we perhaps take into account a theory that they had space travel between each other. And that's how they have so many similarities between their cultures and their architecture and their statues, their art. One of the most mysterious ancient temples on earth is located in modern-day Turkey, in the city of Urfa. We're talking about the Göbekli Tepe area. And here we find an ancient temple complex which is believed to have been erected around 12,000 years ago, 9,600 BC. Göbekli Tepe is considered among many experts to be the oldest temple on earth. Kindly support my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. This is a picture of some of the statues in the area of Göbekli Tepe. And we know that Graham Hancock has a theory that they had recorded a comet or asteroid strike about 10,000 BC. Now, this area was all covered by earth, sand, whatever. It was covered up. There are those that say that it was intentionally covered up. I would venture to say that it was not. It could have been a massive tidal storm, a tidal wave, or perhaps a mud flood from some kind of an eruption. So why would anybody go into the trouble of creating such a beautiful temple with all these statues and then cover it up? But anyway, it's still a mystery. Göbekli Tepe, considered among experts as the oldest temple on earth, and despite its importance, we know very little about this. Not only is this ancient temple complex important because of its age, but it's also of great importance because by who it was built, and perhaps even more interesting, by the symbology it offers. If you take a close look at Göbekli Tepe, you'll notice curious stance and symbolism that we can find in many other places across the globe. On Easter Island, for example, we see a great similarity between the moai and the curious pillars at Göbekli Tepe. On both archaeological sites, it seems that the ancient builders used the same symbology. But is it a mere coincidence? Archaeological sites of Göbekli Tepe is composed of several temples whose main construction motif are massive stone pillars that range in weight about 30 to 60 tons. And somehow, thousands of years ago, primitive cultures managed to quarry, transport, and build something history tells us should not exist. These enigmatic T-shaped pillars are intricately decorated with depictions of a number of animals such as foxes, lions, snakes, etc. But in addition to the various animal depictions at Göbekli Tepe, we see humanoid characteristics depicted on some of the pillars. Göbekli Tepe's T-shaped stela display arms and hands belonging to what many experts believe are depictions of humanoid beings. The ancient builders of Göbekli Tepe carved on the T-shaped talks long hands and arms of what could also be representations of their gods. But this extremely interesting symbolism is not unique to Göbekli Tepe, since it's found in various archaeological sites across the globe. Now, if we travel halfway around the globe to Easter Island, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, we see the massive moai statues and their curious symbolism, which is eerily similar to the stone pillars of Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. The massive moai were intricately carved in a sacred standing position with hands positioned on the omphalos, that is near their belly buttons. Many authors agree that this posture is meant to portray birth or rebirth, but how is it possible that such symbolism is also present in both Göbekli Tepe and on Easter Island? Is this just a coincidence? Not likely, as other ancient sites around the globe feature this exact same thing. If we take a trip back to Turkey, we find that the Neolithic settlement of Navali Kori and Kilisik feature similar design elements, but that's not it. The statues from Tiwanaku in Bolivia and archaeological sites in Mexico, as well as in Mesopotamia, feature the very same symbolism. They're massive stone statues and hands coming together. The question is, what connects all of these archaeological sites? And is it possible that somehow these ancient cultures shared a common designer? This is from Ancient Code. It's on Humans Are Free. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support.